Hey everybody, thanks for watching. I'm in Mississippi at Old Waverly Golf Club with Tim Yelverton. Tim, today we're going to do a what's in the bag for Tim Yelverton's short game. People have been asking about equipment a lot recently, so Tim has 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5 up there with the putter for your entire short game. Tim, tell us for this first shot, which is more of a bump and run, huh? And
yeah.
What club do you have, and then what kind of shot are you gonna hit?
Well, I have 4 wedges. I start off with a 46F. This is what most people use for a pitching wedge. And anytime I want the ball to roll farther than it flies, unless the greens are really soft, then this is where I go with this club. This shot here is probably 20 to 25 yards total, and I'm gonna fly this probably 10. Okay. And then it'll roll out the rest, and then we'll just progress into each wedge from there. But so after my 9-iron, this is my next club in my bag, and it takes the place of my pitching wedge. So I have 4-degree increments in all my wedges.
Okay, so you say, so just for so it's a, what kind of club is it? It's a Titleist?
So it's Titleist Vokey SM7, and with the brushed steel finish, and like I said, it's a 46-degree F grind.
Okay, so that's something we hear a lot about, grinds and bounces.
Mm-hmm.
What is a grind? What is a bounce? What's the difference?
Well, the F is, there is no really relief here. Okay. As we get to my 54 and my 58, you'll notice that there'll be relief here when they have trimmed.
What angle do I need to be at to see that? Like there?
Yeah, you can see it this way.
Oh, it's like more square.
That's right. So it's square. Yeah. So there's no relief on the trail edge. That's what we'll see in the 46 and the 50, and then once we get to the 54 and the 58, wedges that you're a little more creative with. Sometimes you'll lower the hands, open the face. When that's the case, you'd want some relief in the heel. Sometimes you'll hit with the hands a little higher, then you might want a little relief in the toe. But that's mainly on lob wedges and sand wedges that we'll see on the last 2 shots. So most of the time, pitching wedges and strong gap wedges, like for me a 50, those are going to be more the F grind.
All right, let's see it, Tim. So percentage-wise, how much carry to roll do you think this one will be?
With this being a little bit uphill, I'm going to fly it a little farther than I normally would. So this one's going to be about 50-50, but normally this shot will roll just a little bit farther than it flies.
Oh, perfect. That's a tap-in.
All right, so now what I have here on these next 3 shots, they're all basically the same distance. They're only a couple steps apart, but this one here is hit off of an upslope, so I'm going to use less loft because the slope is going to give me a little loft because of the lie of the ball.
Well, set up to the ball and let me see that.
All right, so when I set up to this one, as you can tell, I'm going to have a good bit more weight on my back, on my trail foot.
All right, let's see what club is this, Tim, just to do the what's in the bag part.
Now this is going to be a 50 with the F grind. Like I was saying, the 46 also has the F grind. So the big difference here is literally the loft. There's 2 degrees less bounce, but really the big difference is just the loft. It's the same grind.
Okay.
Okay. Now, I know I'm going to get a little more loft here just with the help of the slope. That's why I have the less lofted club. Just the opposite in a couple shots, I'm gonna have the 58 off the downslope. So all 3 of these balls are gonna land about the same place because dynamically they're all almost the same shot.
Okay.
Okay, so we'll go ahead and hit this one. And
that is a 54?
Yeah, no, this is the 50.
50, okay.
But because of the slope, it's gonna go a little higher than a 50 typically would.
All right.
All right. Pretty good there.
3-footer, very good.
All right, now I'm going to the 54.
So let's
and like
see
I was saying earlier, this grind, now we go to the M grind, okay? So we have some relief here in the heel, and we also have a little relief in the toe. Now, you still have
it's less square and more curved.
That's right.
As we look at it.
That's
there.
right.
Okay.
And you still have a lot of bounce here in the center for your full swing shots or your fairway wedges, but around the green, you can lower your hands here, get a little relief in the heel, or you can either raise your hands.
So to see the bounce.
That's right.
It's right there. So instead of being straight off of it, it actually show people the bounce from this angle, Tim.
Well, a good way to think of it would be like if this were the ground, and then when the hossel's vertical, how much angle do I have right there?
Right,
okay?
right.
And this 54 is 8. So I'm a fairly shallow player, so I don't have a ton of bounce. But most sand wedges are going to be between 8 and 14.
Okay. So
Right.
this one is going to be, so this is how many degrees is this one, Tim?
This is a 54.
Okay, so this one is going to be a little bit more loft, a little more carry here, huh, than the last one.
That's right.
All right, great result.
Nice.
All right, so now this, it would typically be a very tough shot. I would try to get level for you guys. It's hard to see on camera, but
really
this is really downslope.
Really a severe downslope here.
Yeah.
So this ball, because I'm going to have to swing steeper, it's going to try to come out lower. That's why we're using the 58. Okay. And as you can see, it's the same grind as the M grind, just like the 54. But the slope's going to make this ball want to go low. So I'm going to use my 58, and I'm actually going to open the face a little bit more to help get the ball in the air and slow it down due to the severity of the slope.
Okay, let me see this. So just so people can kind of know how to read these wedges. So 58, let's go through these numbers and letters and what they mean. What does 58
So 58 is the loft.
So let's see the loft.
So the loft would literally just be how much loft we have here on the face, like this. All right, then we have 8 degrees of bounce. So that would be measured from how much the leading edge is off the ground, that little small angle right there. Mm-hmm. And then the letter M is just the shape of the grind.
Yeah, we can see
And if you go to Titleist's website, you can see all the different grinds and options they have there.
Okay, so for this one, this would be, I mean, I would be super happy with a 10-footer from here.
Yeah, just because of the severity of the slope, it's going to be hard to stop this ball. So I'm going to go ahead and open the face more and actually have more loft than 58.
Oh, great shot, Tim. Well, how about in? Okay, almost. All right, we're not done yet. Now we're gonna go with the putter. So I'm gonna put you on the spot, Tim, and you're gonna try to make that one that's furthest away, that 4.5 footer there, so.
All right, and in the bag right now, putting, I've got a Newport 2.5. The Newport 2 head is probably one of the most common heads that Scotty Cameron has. The big difference here is the hosel. If you look at it from this way here, it's the S hosel, or it's not like the L hosel that most are, where you have the 90-degree angle.
Like more of the
Newport
what is that? The putter, the plumber's neck.
Yes, yeah. That's right. So here it's more of a flare rather than just the 90-degree where it goes to have the offset then go straight down. So that's the only difference. It's still the 2 head. Yep. It just has a different hosel.
Just check out the. All right, cool. Grip wise, you just
this is just one of the standard. This is the slightly bigger Scotty Cameron. It's a standard grip that you can get. All right, so then we'll line this puppy up and knock it in.
All right, I didn't want to have to do that entire video again because you missed the 4-footer. Tim, one thing I wanted to talk to you about is we hit 4 different chips you hit, and from 4 totally different situations. Now, in your body, were you doing something different each time, or how was each one different? Because you made them all go within 4.5 feet. So.
Well, in our first video that we put together, the short game series, the scoring system, we talked about building a really solid base motion that delivers consistent contact. Okay, so once that is established, then the changes that we made for all 4 of those shots were really just a combination of loft and speed. Mm-hmm. We understood, that on the upslope we need to swing a little shallower, on the downslope we need to swing a little steeper, but most importantly, that gave us good contact. But then once we had that contact, then it was all about trying to match up how much loft we delivered to the ball with how much speed, or club head speed that is, how much speed is required to ultimately get this golf ball as close to the hole as possible.
Cool, thanks for watching, everybody. Yeah, so Tim, just to recap, you got SM7 wedges with different grinds, a Scotty Cameron Newport putter, and finally, what ball do you use?
Pro V1X.
Okay.
Yeah.
So why do you like that one?
The Pro V1X is, it launches just a little bit higher It has a firmer feel, but it launches just a touch higher. I don't hit the ball that high with my irons, so I play with the X just to get a little bit higher launch.
And then around the greens, you're pretty shallow already, so you don't have to. It's a little softer, the black one.
The
Pro
black,
V1.
the Pro V1 has a little bit softer
Around
feel.
the green,
yes,
yeah.
and then the red number, the Pro V1X, has a little bit firmer feel. Yeah, spin rates are very similar. The biggest thing is it launches a little bit higher for me, which helps me on my approach shots.
Great. Thanks for watching, everybody. Click the subscribe button for all different types of golf videos here at Be Better Golf, and see you later. And I want to let you guys know about the Be Better Golf short game system. What all these things, all these different shots that Tim is talking about, explained in real great detail to give you very good base motion contact, and then be able to make adjustments to really handle any kind of situation. It's at bebettergolf.net/scoring. See ya. Bye.